It's Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. Breaking news. Tonight, the bond market just rang the alarm and Washington hit snooze. Yields are detonating, auctions are collapsing, and recession odds just got a 21-point promotion. The 30-year Treasury yield surged past 5.18% before cooling off, while the 10-year tagged 4.6%. But the real red flag, a 20-year bond auction so bad it made the bid-to-cover ratio collapse to a February low. Wall Street panicked, yields jumped, and the Dow nearly face-planted 800 points. Meanwhile, polymarket traders now peg the odds of a 2025 recession at 40%, thanks to ballooning debt, rate shock, and a government still writing checks like it's got laser eyes. Yet somehow, the Fed is expected to sit on its hands at the June meeting. Through all the chaos, two things held firm: Bitcoin and gold. BTC hit 112K, an all-time high, while gold added a 2% shine. The safe haven showdown is on, and the US dollar wasn't invited. I'm Max Volts, and this is Crypto Wars, where the Fed's losing the script, the markets are losing faith, and Bitcoin's just stacking blocks in peace. And while the economy stumbles into traffic, someone's still throwing a party, specifically, a meme coin dinner party hosted by the President of the United States. Yes, Donald Trump just took conflict of interest to a whole new blockchain. He helicoptered into his golf club outside D.C. for a closed-door gala with the top 220 holders of his Dollar Trump meme coin. The top 25 even scored a White House tour. The administration insists this was on personal time, but outside, protesters weren't buying it. Signs read, "Stop Crypto Corruption," and "No Kings," while inside, Trump stood at a lectern featuring the presidential seal, pitching coins like it was a campaign fundraiser on-chain. The VIP of VIPs? Justin Sun, who tossed $20 million into the meme coin and is conveniently under investigation by agencies now run by Trump appointees. He even posted a video from the lounge in a tux, casually waiting for the president like this was just another Thursday night in dystopia. Meanwhile, Trump's sons are knee-deep in crypto ventures, pushing Middle East-backed deals through something called World Liberty Financial, which sounds like a 90s action movie and a Ponzi scheme had a baby. And with the Genius Act making its way through the Senate, it looks like the red carpet's being rolled out for regulation-wrapped corruption. But enough about dinner parties and regulatory backflips, because the big Bitcoin plays aren't just happening in smoky backrooms. They're happening on Wall Street spreadsheets too. Enter Strategy, the corporate juggernaut formerly known as MicroStrategy, now doubling down on its one-trick playbook with a $2.1 billion stock offering to buy even more Bitcoin. The offering will dump up to 10% of its STRF Strife preferred shares onto the market. Because apparently, calling your stock Strife is just good branding now. The company already holds 576,230 BTC, 2.74% of total supply, and just this week added 7,390 more coins for $765 million, like they were picking up milk and eggs. Their BTC stack is now worth $64 billion, up from a $40 billion buy-in. And make no mistake, this isn't a strategy. This is a declaration of war on fiat. Other firms are following their lead. Institutions treat strategy stock like a proxy ETF, and Bitcoin's price? Still hovering at 111,400, like a smug cat watching Wall Street scramble. But the suits aren't the only ones joining the crypto party. The banks, the big ones, are finally done mocking blockchain, and now they're trying to steal it. JPMorgan, Buffett, Citi, and Wells Fargo are reportedly working together to launch a regulated stablecoin, because after years of calling crypto rat poison, they've decided to start cooking their own batch. Working through early warning services, aka Zell's boss and the clearinghouse, the banks are laying down the rails for a Fed-friendly stablecoin. But make no mistake, this is about control. Dollar-backed, KYC'd, fully surveilled, wrapped in blockchain so they can say it's innovative. The Genius Act, which may soon legalize stablecoin issuance, is giving them the green light to roll these out without legal headaches. JPM already has JPM Coin. Wells Fargo has its digital cash tests. Buffett says it's ready to go the moment the ink dries on regulation. But it's not just banks in the race. Crypto-native firms like Circle, Coinbase, and BitGo are eyeing bank charters too. Some even managing stablecoin reserves tied to projects with Trump family backing. That's right. We've got a full-blown digital dollar arms race, and no one wants to be left holding fiat when the music stops. But before we go, let's rewind the clock for a second, because today also marks a moment in history. And yes, it involves pizza. 15 years ago today, a man spent 10,000 Bitcoin on 2 Papa John's pizzas. Today, that's a $1.1 billion snack. On May 22, 2010, developer Laszlo posted online, "I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas." 5 days later, the deal went through, and Bitcoin officially became a currency you could chew. Since then, Bitcoin Pizza Day has become a global celebration. Meetups, parties, and now Steak and Shake, accepting BTC via the Lightning Network. What was once experimental is now practically lunch money, just more encrypted. Hanyex would go on to spend 79,000 BTC on pizzas that summer, now worth about $8.7 billion. But let's not frame him as a cautionary tale. Without that first greasy transaction, Bitcoin might still be an idea instead of a revolution. So yeah, he gave up a fortune for 2 pies. But he also gave the world its first proof that code could be money. And if that's not worth a toast, I don't know what is. I'm Max Volts, and this is CryptoWars, the only show where pizza is billion-dollar history, the treasury's on fire, and your subscribe button is our ammo. Unlike other channels shilling investment apps or licking the boots of centralized exchanges, we value your time. We're not here to shill. We're here to signal. Make no mistake. This is a grassroots transmission in the middle of a digital battlefield. No corporate leash, no algorithmic muzzle. But we can't hold the front alone. So rally up, subscribe, share, and spread this signal like financial contraband. Your clicks, your voice, your barstool rants. That's how we stay in the fight. Until next time, stay sovereign, stay spicy.